Terrific. And we're just going to breathe here. We're just going to breathe here, and then we're going to introduce some arm movement once we get that low back to settle down. So as you're here, start to think about the back of the ribs and the shoulder blades almost draping down onto the roller. Let your palms flip up to the ceiling and open your arms out to the side. Good. And then adjust your feet in any way that you need to help find a connection to the low back. And then once you feel comfortable and supported here, let's just breathe. Let's just take a nice big breath in and exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Really let the shoulder blades drape around that roller. Chest is open. Big breath in. And then exhale it all out. Good. Now from here, let's bring those fingertips straight up to the ceiling. What we're going to do is we're going to inhale, reaching the shoulders, the fingertips up as the shoulders come away from the roller. And as we exhale, the arms don't bend. We just drape the shoulder blades back down. So the arms stay in that same position. We're going to inhale, fingertips reach up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you're maybe going to get an inch, inch and a half of movement as you just exhale and let those shoulder blades drop down on the roller. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's stay here with the arms long and the shoulder blades dropping on either side of the roller. From here, we're going to start to bring the arms back overhead and draw small circles. So we aren't going to have the hands touch the floor. That will be a lot on the joint. We're just going to start to circle the arms through the shoulder joint as we continue to balance on the roller here in this position. So the core is engaged. That's it, as we circle. Good. We'll do two more. And one more circle. Let's go ahead and let those arms return to the floor, palms up. Take a big breath in here. And exhale it out. Good, we're gonna flip the palms to the floor, and now we're going to bring the right leg into tabletop, and then we'll bring the left leg in. So now we are balancing here. You might notice that the roller's trying to move a little bit, but your arms are keeping you steady. And now find that connection to the lumbar spine. So if it's really arching away, maybe you bring your knees in a little closer to the chest. Just let the spine be supported here. That's it. Breathe. And now from here, we're going to start a real small bicycle with the legs. So just an easy bicycle with the legs while the spine relaxes onto the roller here. And now you might be wondering why we are in this position. We are doing this because you'll notice your chest is open. Your chest is open and we're not in a rounded posture. Our spine is supported in this nice straight position. So it gets that rounding out of the upper spine. That's it, good. 3, 2, 1, excellent. Let's bring the left foot to the floor and then we're going to extend the right leg down. So we'll get a little opening in that hip flexor. So right leg is long. At this point, your back is it's going to be harder to keep the back from arching. You will have a little arch here, but you've got that left leg supporting you. And now step the right leg in. The left leg is going to come long. We'll breathe here. Just letting that left hip flexor lengthen out. Good. And then go ahead and step that left leg back in. And now you're going to bring your feet a little bit wider and just hold onto your hands. And now you're just going to very easy, maybe 1 inch to each side. Just give yourself a little side to side movement here. Little side to side movement. All right, we'll come back to center. What we're going to do is we're going to slide off with control to your side, and then we're going to bring this roller right under the shoulder blades. So once you're there, we're going to come into our lats. This is going to be fairly intense for most people. So you're going to be kind of like at the base of your shoulder blades, and then you're going to come to your side, okay? So we'll come to your side. You can support your head. You can have your arm down, whatever you need. We're going to start with the hips down. We are eventually going to roll a little bit, so we'll lift them a little bit up. But just kind of move around here until you find a spot where you're like, oh, that's the spot. So we're right on our lat right here, and we're just going to use the pressure to start. That's it. And then once you find that spot, you can take the top leg and bend it so that you can just start to get a little roll here. That's it. Good. So I like to use my toe like at an angle, as you see, with my bottom leg, because it helps keep the hip lifted here while I roll into this spot. That's it. And again, experiment with, you might tilt slightly forward, you might tilt slightly back. You'll know it when you're there. And now go ahead and let the hips come back down. And now we're going to come just a little bit more down into the rib cage. So now we're more right on the serratus here. Find that position, extend this arm out, and we're going to circle the top arm up and around as we just apply pressure to that point. That's it. So lean into it and then circle around. Good. And if the circling is a lot on the neck or the joint, just bend the elbow. That's it. Good. We'll do one more like this. Circle it up and around. Good. Now from here, you're going to come back to your center point. You're at the base of your shoulder blades again. Let's support the head. And now we're going to rotate onto that side. We're still working the same lat, and we'll come back to center. And now we'll rotate onto that side and back to center. Good. One more time. Rotate onto that side and back to center. Now from this center point, let's go ahead and support the head as you come into an extension of the spine here. This should feel really good. And just keep supporting the head as we breathe. And then go ahead and lift the head up. So we're going to go on to the other side now. So we'll come up through center, we'll shift our roller, or you can just move over to the other side. We're going to do the same thing, starting with just finding the pressure point and finding that spot, getting into that lat. And then once we find it, again, you're kind of like right in this section here. Usually you know it once you're there. Then once you find it, you can use the top leg as a brace and then find that little bit of roll back and forth there. Good. That's it. So we'll roll here. That's it. And dropping your hip down at any point that you need to if it becomes too much. Good. And now go ahead and let the hip come down. We'll come a little bit further down. Now we'll do those arm circles. We'll circle up and around. Actually, I think I'm going in the wrong direction. Felt like the wrong direction. That's it. Up and around. Good. And just sweeping through as you roll onto it and then open. That's it. Roll into that spot. Open the arm back up and around. We'll do 2 more. Roll into it and up. And one more time. Roll into it and up. Good. Let's come back through center. And now on this side, we'll rotate onto that spot and then open back to center. So now we're just rolling right on the base of that shoulder blade and up. This is often a place where people hold a lot of tension. Sometimes you might feel like, oh, I just wish I could get underneath that shoulder blade. It tends to get really tight. This is a good way to get into it. That's it. One more time. And now let's come back to center. Let's take that extension again. Interlace the fingers behind the head, support the head as you come back, only extending to the point that feels right for you. But let the ribs open up here. Should feel quite good. And then support the head to come up. You can use your hands behind your legs to lift you up. We're going to bring the roller down just a little bit more, and we're going to bring our neck onto it. So now your neck is supported by the roller, and you'll find that position again where your tailbone is tucked. We don't want to be like this. We don't want to have an arched back. You want to tuck under. And I actually like to hold the ends here. That might not feel good for everybody. You can also have your arms by your side, whatever feels better for you. But you're just going to move your head from side to side. Just easy. And what you'll find is that you can get into that spot, the base of the skull. But if you've ever been to a chiropractor or sometimes massage therapists, they'll take their fingers at the base of the skull there and just gently pull. And so you can get into just applying a little bit of pressure to that spot here. Should feel good. That's it. And then we'll go ahead and land through center. Let your arms come out by your side. Let your palms flip up. Low back is connected. Let's take a big breath in. And exhale. All right, from here, use your hands behind your legs or you can push them into the floor. Lift yourself up. We're going to come into the all fours position and we're going to bring our arm along the roller. So we're going to thread the arm through onto the roller and then use the other hand as leverage. So we've got our arm right on. This hand, top hand, is just gently pressing into the floor and you should feel a good stretch. Now we can also do this without the roller with the arm on the floor. And if you want to try that, for some people that position is too low. So the roller can be a really nice height here. You have to be mindful of supporting your head. You can always just let your head relax down. If it feels good to just drop it, you can do that. And that top hand, the more you push that into the floor, you're going to get that nice stretch here. And then we'll go ahead and come on up out of this. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll thread it through in the other direction. Just adjust the roller as you need to. Thread that arm through. And then you'll use that top hand to press into the floor and get this stretch. I feel this all the way down into my low back. So this can be a really great position. You're getting a good stretch to the delt, but you're also coming right down into that low back area. And again, relax your head in whatever way feels good for you. You can let it easy drop. And then go ahead and come on back to center. Let's go ahead and put the hands on the roller. And then we're going to send the hips back as we let it roll slightly forward, and then we'll come back into all fours with the arms straight. That's it. And then roll it forward, send the hips back, and then roll it back towards you and left. Good. And stretch it out. And up. Good. We'll do 2 more like that. And forward. And up. 1 more time like that. Go ahead and reach up forward. And up. Now from here, we're going to bring the knees wide and the toes together like a child's pose. We're going to angle the roller off to the side. And now we're going to stretch to the side and up. So same thing, but we're now at an angle. So lifting, rolling up, good. And then rolling to the side. We'll do 2 more like this, and then we're going to extend and stack the left hand on top of the right. Reach. Now this next one will hold out. And if you're angled to the right, bring your left hand on top of your right. And again, you're going to get a really good side bend here. If you started angled to your left, just bring your right hand on top of your left. And really try and anchor the opposite heel down. And then go ahead and come through center and roll it back in. We'll angle it to the opposite direction. So same thing, we'll roll down and up. Good. And then roll down and up. Good. Down and up. 1 more, and then we'll find that hold. That's it. Roll it down and up. And now go ahead and find that hold. Stretch down into it. And now bring the right hand on top of the left. We'll breathe into the side here. And go ahead and come on back to center. So we're focusing more on upper body, but we are going to get a little, I'm going to show you from this angle. We're going to get a little calf shin stretch in here, just because this is a spot we tend not to pay attention to, and this can be both very painful and a great relief. So if you start with your toes tucked and your knees on the roller, and then you'll start to walk yourself forward and roll the front of your shins. So you can tuck the toes and then glide forward and back. That's it. Good. That's it. We'll just give a little attention to the front of the calves here. That's it. We'll do that 1 more time. And release the toes. Let's go ahead and sit on the roller. So we'll sit in the middle. And we'll come into a nice straddle position here. We'll start with a nice straight back here. That's it. Good. And we'll find that length through the spine. We're going to bring your right fingertips to the side, and then we'll use that leverage to come into that side stretch. And then we'll bring that arm over, and we'll use that leverage to come into that side stretch. That's it. Let's go back and forth like that. Lower body stays pretty stable here. That's it. And good. That's it. And side. And side. 1 more in each direction. Right. And left. Excellent. Now we're going to bring it into a rotation. So we're going to reach your left arm outside that right foot. Try to tap outside, and then we'll come to center. And now tap the other side, reaching down. You can also reach outside that calf and center and stretch. Good. Reach forward and back. Good. Reach forward and back. That's it. Reach and back. Good. Reach and back. We'll do one more each side. And then we'll come back to your right side for a hold. So back to your right side. Now you can take hold of the side of the leg. You can take hold of the side of the foot. You can use the other hand on the roller to also help give you a little bit of leverage. So again, we're getting a good stretch across the back here. You'll anchor that opposite hip down. You'll feel right down into that area. And now we'll come to the other side and hold. And let's come to center. Let's go ahead and stamp the feet to the floor. And now press the palms forward. You can roll your back out here. Just let the back round. Good. And then bring the feet closer. And now let's just lift the chest up. Let's get a nice straight spine. Drop the head over to one side. And then drop the head over to the other side. That's it. One more time each side. And then to your left. Good. Go ahead and come on back to center. We're going to shift our weight into the balls of our feet so we can take the roller and slide it forward. We'll have our hands just a little wider than the shoulders. And then you're going to step your feet so they are as wide as the roller. Now from here, anchor your heels down and then press your palms into that roller, reaching forward. This should feel really good. Let's take one more big breath in here. And then you can slowly start rolling it in, soften the knees, tuck the heels in, and now let's go ahead and come on up to stand. So we're going to take the roller behind our backs and then use it to give us this little spine extension here. So fingertips are pointing down towards the floor. We're not forcing the chest up. We're just letting it have that nice lift. Again, what we're trying to create here is a counter posture to this. So putting the roller here is a great antidote to that. So this is one of those things, if you find yourself at a computer, I like to rotate in this position. If you're on the computer all day and you're just like, oh my God, my back, my neck needs a break, this is a great way to do it. Good. And now we'll go ahead and come through center. Let's take a big exhale breath, just lifting that chest one more time. And then go ahead and release. We'll find the roller in each hand. We'll soften the knees, we'll soften the elbows, and we'll come down and then drop through center and up. Good. We'll go in the opposite direction. So down and around and up. I always like to end with this. It feels so good. Down, around, and up. That's it. And down, around, and up. We'll do one more in each direction. That's it. Down, around, and lift. And last time, down, around, and lift. Good. Straighten those legs out. Put the roller right in front of you. Another great stretch to do during the day is coming into a nice flat back position here. So typically a desk, a counter, something where you can get your legs straight, your arms straight. And what's great about the roller is it's usually around the height of the shoulder. Well, generally speaking, for a certain height. But when you can find that position, And breathe here, crown of the head forward, sit bones back. And just think about breathing space into the vertebrae. You also get a good stretch through the shoulders, through the lats. And then go ahead and carefully come on up. You can leave the roller right where it is. Let's circle those arms up and back. Again, let's open that chest up, fingers wide, and up and back. Good. One more time. And then let's take a big breath in and exhale it out. And that is something you can do every day. All right. Thank you. Thank you.